What's up, my pilots? angryponcho here. Welcome back to 4 FireReds, 1 controller. We're starting this one off with, we're up on the Cape, out by Bill's house, and I actually managed to keep everybody in sync long enough to get this one youngster trainer to step forward and clear the path to that TM without us even having to get cut. That saves us having to backtrack back here. And now this guy is here, and he's not synchronized, but I'm watching and I'm thinking, there appears to be a moment where everyone is looking up. So maybe I can just walk right by. Hell yeah! I'm more happy about that than I am about some of the battles in this game. A couple random traders later, we make our way into Bill's house, and he does his very best to explain that he's not a furry, he's a scientist. This is just for science's sake. This is a controlled experiment. Also, that's the wrong till. It's either till as in till the field, which is T-I-L-L, or it's a shortened slang for until, at which point you just put an apostrophe where the missing letters are, so it would be apostrophe T-I-L. It would only be apostrophe T-I-L-L if until had 2 letters, or 2 L's at the end, and it doesn't. So anyway, all that to say, Bill's a freak, but he does give us the SS ticket. So now we can head down south to the SSN. It's kind of weird how Gen 1 has you running around getting various items that and HMs and such that kind of unlock the rest of the game. It's weird how many of those are literal like items, not oh, we have surf, so now we can cross the ocean. That makes sense. But you have to get the ticket before you can go on the ship. You have to get the Sylph Scope to get to the top of the tower. You have to get the lemonade in order to go to the Goldenrod town. And it's like, I don't know, man. Why is it like that? Why did you do this, Game Freak? Anyway, we can't go east from Cerulean City yet because we don't have cut. But, and also, we couldn't use cut anyway without, I believe... No, actually, I believe you need Misty's badge in order to use cut out of battle. That's how they keep you from progressing the game without beating Misty. Because you can just walk right past her gym. The difficulty, it's kind of weird actually, because Surge's badge lets you use Fly, but you don't get Fly for like another 2 or 3 gyms. And you can get, theoretically you can get cut before defeating Misty, but normally you beat Misty and it's like, you can use cut outside of battle. It's like, great, where's that? Where do I get that? But anyway, I just showed down there. We can't go to... I think it's Goldenrod in the middle, right? Or is that... Oh, is Goldenrod the big city in Johto? I think so, because they have the radio tower. What's the big city in... Vermilion? I think it's Vermilion. No, Vermilion City is where Lieutenant Surge is. What is the name of the big... I don't remember. Anyway... After quickly beating up a couple random trainers and walking through the grass to avoid optional trainers on Route 6, we make our way down to Vermilion City, where Lieutenant Surge can be found. And now there's I made a note, beginning of the big desync, because there's a few things that we need to do here. We get the Versus Seeker, just in case we ever want to use that. Mostly, we're going to catch some more Pokemon. So for Red's game, we need something that can deal with electric types, and Diglett seems like a good answer. So let's run around in Diglett's cave until we catch one. I like using Diglett and Dugtrio anyway because they're really fast, and it's nice to have a fast ground type. I don't know if we got another one of those until like Excadrill. I'm trying to think. Usually they're really slow, like rock types, hybrid rock ground types. So it's nice to have just a pure ground type that's got quick speed, plus the arena trap ability is, I mean, it's more useful in competitive than it is in actual games, but you know. We're going to catch ourselves a Diglett just to have a stab ground attacker to make Lieutenant Surge hopefully a cakewalk. We also have an encounter for Blue. Everybody wants a Psychic type in Gen 1, and Blue drew the short straw, so he gets Drowsy as his psychic type. Not a terrible Pokemon, actually, especially once it evolves. It's got pretty good special defense, more than special attack. So we're definitely going to be wanting to get whatever the most accurate sleep-inducing move is, which I'm worried is Hypnosis. I think it's only 60% accuracy. I don't think Hypno ever gets... Like, it doesn't get Spore. I don't know if Yawn was even a move yet. No, Yawn was a move in Gen 3, but I don't know if it's available in Fire Red. I'll have to look, but we'll see. If I can actually get Yawn and Dream Eater set up, that would be pretty cool. But, you know, we'll see. Plus, those 2-move combos are going to be a lot harder to pull off in 4-controller, or 1-controller, 4 games, because who knows what 2 moves I'm going to be clicking on in the other games. At some point later in this video, before we go to the gym, I'm going to standardize all of our Pokemon's move layout, just to make it as consistent as possible for, like, a little bit damaging move here and a status move here, etc., so that I always know whether the top right or top left is going to be a good choice. So there's only a couple places we want to go in the SS Sand. One is this room, second from the left end, after you first walk in. There's a lass in here that we can fight, and after beating her, she lets us by, and just down south of where she's standing is the TM for Brick Break. She's like, "You hurt my Pokemon! I demand you take them to a Pokemon Center," and we just leave. We don't actually need a Pokemon Center, even though we can't leave the SS Sand without losing a battle. Because if we head just back to the east a little, and go into this first doorway right in front of where you enter the ship, the lady in here will give you a free heal. Okay, later in the video, I'm going to not remember, this is post-commentary, later in the video, in the live commentary, I'm going to not remember one of the quality of life improvements that they added to Fire Red compared to Red version, and it's her. In Red version, there is no way to leave SSN, and there's no way to get like a Poke Center heal on the SSN. So they added that lady in that room to make the SSN a little bit more bearable. The SSN is actually like a gauntlet if you're doing Nuzlocke. You have to decide which trainers are worth fighting for which TMs that you want to get. And you have to do all that before you go fight the rival to get cut. Anyway, those 3 trash cans in the kitchen have 3 berries in them. We want to pick those up because until the post game, I don't think we can grow berries ourselves in Fire Red and Leaf Green. So just having access to a couple one-offs is going to open up some possibilities for a couple cool strategies later. And somehow we were desynced just enough that I got to pick different moves for our 4 trainer fights here. So I've decided that to try and make these videos I'm going to try and make them a little more tightly edited. The last one got kind of long, and I don't want this to get repetitive, because for a lot of these, it's just we're clicking our best stab move, which is, I mean, the strategy we'd be using if it was just one game anyway. But yes, hello Jasper. She's telling me it's time for her dinner, and I know. And I thought you already ate. Are you trying to get second dinner? Yeah, she's kind of a criminal. She might try and get second dinner. Jasper also does this thing where if Megan and I are sitting in different rooms for too long, which we do a lot because, you know, we have different hobbies, so we mostly will come together in the evenings before bed. We'll sit in the living room together and watch a movie or a show or something together, or just both play our games and watch YouTube in the background. But usually between, like, while I'm at work and she's doing painting and stuff, and then for like a couple hours after while I'm like let's playing or whatever, we'll be in different rooms, and Jasper starts to get like a little bit sad about it. She wants everybody to be in the same place so that she can be where everybody is. So we joke and we say, "Oh, Jasper's trying to save our marriage." And she'll come and whine at us until we sit in the same room together. It's so cute. It's very sweet and very annoying. Yeah. Oh my god, she just burped right at me. Sometimes we just want to sit in separate rooms, Jasper. I learned in college that there's a big difference between being roommates with someone and having like a happy relationship with someone. Whether you want to be friends or married, both of those are very different than just being roommates. So you kind of have to make sure that when you're roommates with someone, you're not trying to be like best friends just because you live together. And when you're married to someone, you have to be careful that you don't just become roommates over time. Anyway, there's some life advice for this video. And at this point, I wrote in my notes, rival defeated on first try, all 4 games. And then yellow version Gary sent out War Turtle when I thought he had no Pokemon left. And I was like, shit. Alright, Sandshrew, it's up to you. Oh, that was a critical hit? We're fucked. So, that's a bummer. I thought we were going to get our first Forfer and beat all the rival fights on the first try, but there's nothing doing. And then I remembered this isn't a Nuzlocke, and I can just revive my Pikachu. I can use an item in battle. There's no rule. I'm doing this for fun, man. So we're just going to send Pikachu out here and get the Forfer. Get the win, dude. 1 Thundershock ought to do it. So we'll knock him... Oh, that did very little damage. Oh, that did a lot. What the fuck, Pikachu? Where's the Thunderstone? Who has the Thunderstone? Yeah, we're not going to be following the fucking anime, that's for sure. So, we'll have to get a Thunderstone. I think we might get one... probably the Celadon department store is the first one that's easily available. I imagine the rest are like laying around the power plant or something. Anyway, now we get to fight the rival again, but just with yellow. It's funny how the different games have... Some fights are so much easier for one game over the others, even though the encounter quality is pretty comparable. I've done my best to try to make a balanced team for each of the 4. So, you know, everybody gets like somebody that can use Psychic, everybody gets a good Pokemon for each gym leader, like we gotta have a fire or a flying type for the grass gym, or bug type, that kind of thing. That way, there's not gonna be a fight where we can just look at it on paper and say, oh, Yellow's game literally has nothing for Lieutenant Surge. What's our plan? Everybody's got a plan, so it's really the rival fights, I think, that are going to be the hardest, because you got such a variety of Pokemon. It's going to be challenging. And it's oh my god, it's just occurring to me that the Elite Four is going to be really hard in this run. I just figured that out. Oh boy. Yeah, more planning is required. I'll have to take a note. But anyway, we come in here and give this old man a massage, and it's upsetting, especially considering we looked in his puke bucket first because I thought there might be a berry in there. There were berries, but we're not going to be able to give them to a Pokemon. And then we watch the SSN drift away, and then we get bored and speed it up. Alright, round 2 of the Great Desync. Here we're getting ready for Lieutenant Surge. First thing, getting everybody leveled up. And that means we're going to evolve Zubat into Crobat at level 22. I took everybody up to level 23 before going into the gym, so that if anybody leveled up in the gym, we would get just a 24, which is where Lieutenant Surge's Raichu is. I'm not being super strict about the level cap. Like, I think Nidorino is going to go past it by 1 or 2. But for the most part, like when I'm using rare candies, that's my limit. Just because it would be kind of trivial if I just made everybody level 100. Like, well, that's not fun. So we're getting everybody leveled up to around Lieutenant Surge's level, 23 or so. And it's at this point that I remember why Sandshrew is available in the Emerald Trash Lock ROM hack. If you're not familiar with this, it's one that Pokemon Challenges Peach Owl made with the help of his Twitch chat and a couple modder friends to basically take all the good Pokemon out of Emerald and make it so it's literally the same game except you only have access to bad Pokemon. And Sandshrew is available really early, and the reason is it doesn't learn a ground type move until level 48, which sucks. Thankfully, we got the Dig TM from beating up a Rocket Grunt up in Cerulean City. So here I'm looking at who can learn Dig. And it's pretty clear we want... Diglett already knows it from level up. Sandslash wants to learn it because it's a stab move. Geodude wants to learn it because it's a stab move. Geodude also has Magnitude, which is probably better. And then on Blue's game, I ended up giving Dig to Nidorino, because once it evolves into Nidoking, it'll pick up that ground type, so it'll become a stab move. And although it will eventually probably get overwritten with the Earthquake TM, it'll be good for a while up till then, even though Dig is only 60 power in this gen, which is kind of a bummer. And here I am in RNG hell, having to do the electric lock puzzle 4 times. I eventually got a pattern down because once you find the first one, the second switch is always in an adjacent can, so that makes it simpler. And it's not going to be in a can you already checked, since the lock's reset. So if you're careful and you kind of proceed across the list, if you don't find it for a while, then when you do find it, you'll already know a bunch of cans that you don't need to check, and you can reduce the number of options.
fellas.
Oh shit. My fucking other commentaries here. We're both talking.
Our party's ready, so
oh, we can't both be talking.
I'm
gonna stop talking. All right, you take it later, Poncho.
Here for this
Bye,
one.
everyone. Thanks for listening.
How you doing, buddy?
I appreciate your audience. I'm talking to the cat in that
He's
part.
just looking out our window.
My pets never leave me alone. Bye.
He's feeling nice, feeling friendly. All right, stop talking about your war flashbacks, Lieutenant Surge. We've heard before.
It's like Thanksgiving all over again. All right, let's hope for good magnitude rolls. And I don't really know what can go wrong with Dig, to be honest. Okay, we got a Shockwave and a Tackle, that's fine. Honestly, I think that Sonic Boom is our biggest worry, just because it does fixed amounts of damage, which is, for Sonic Boom, I believe it's 20. Much more balanced than Dragon Rage. Alright, looks like we got 4 one-hit KOs. Awesome. This may just be our first perfecto gym fight. Okay, so Geodude is leveling up. That's fine. I'm not going to switch. Will not change Pokemon on A game. Alright. I want to keep these as in sync as possible. Wow. Wait, we're the only person who's slower than the Pikachu is Geodude? Wow. Nidorino's a little over-leveled, and Geodude just got level 25, so he wasn't over-leveled when we started. Oh, Sandslash missed? How many double teams does that Pikachu have? Oh, shit. Alright, well, there's no reason to not continue going for Dig, I don't think. Oh, and we got a static proc on Blue's game. Alright. Raichu's coming in. Come on, hit. Yeah, alright. He's going to catch up just fine. 2 more Magnitudes on the left. And we'll line up for 2 more Digs on the right. Double team. Stop using double team. I didn't see what Diglett rolled, but it must have been a fairly low magnitude roll. And Geodude too, to not one-hit KO the Raichu. Looks like we're going to get a evolution from Geodude after this fight too, that's pretty sweet. And Raichu's using double team. Oh boy. Gotta love evasion strats. Oh, and we got paralyzed. Alright, we'll hit with Dig. Show me a one-shot. Yeah, alright. I think we just go for Horn Attack because the odds of getting paralyzed on 2 separate turns are too high for Dig's super effectiveness to be worth it. We should just go for Horn Attack. Oh god, alright, we missed. Horn Attack. Oh, Geodude's evolving. Yeah, just don't press B, it's fine. Yay! Horn Attack. Horn Attack. Oh my god. Attack. Yeah, okay. Alright, we gotta go into our plan B. Drowsy. Luckily, Drowsy has a pile of special defense, so I think he'll do just fine. We want to try and put it to sleep. Hypnosis is so inaccurate, though. I feel like we might just click Confusion. Although he just used Quick Attack. He's probably going to use Shockwave. And I kind of want him to use Shockwave, so I'm just going to click Confusion. Ugh, double team. Stop it. I don't have a move that never misses on Blue's team, I don't think. Confusion missed. Thunder Wave, great. Alright, well. just stuck being paralyzed and missing. Oh man, we were so close too. I don't even know what's going to do the most damage here. Probably Water Gun. Why are you paralyzing me, you dick? I'm already... Ugh, alright. Well, that sucks. Let's run back real quick.
Yeah, I scurried. It's fine. You just... Try this one more time. Luckily, we don't have to do the stupid puzzle again. Alright, I think if we don't get unlucky, because I think that whole thing came from Pikachu proccing static, so a 30% chance. Otherwise, we just dig, and it's fine. And if they go for any move that's not double team, then that makes our odds a lot better too. Oh boy. Hey, alright. We got one in. Dug a hole. Missed. Dug a hole. Hit. Alright. Let's just go for the horn attack here. Boom! Alright. And then we got the static proc. I don't care about that after the battle. Easy. I'll count that as like a 1.1 1/4 try. Because it was, we really only lost with bad RNG. But we got 3 out of 4, that's not bad. We're getting 3 out of 4 in a lot of the big fights right now. I'm hoping to eventually get the planning and such to the point where we can plan for a switch after the first Pokemon or something, but the problem is that the AI sends in different Pokemon based on what you have in play. So it's kind of tricky, and I don't exactly... I need to reread the rules for how the AI decides what to switch into. Alright, I think now that we have Cut and the Thunder Badge, we're going to head up to the north. Oh, hello, Professor Oak's aide. Oh, can I... Oh, God. It's me, one of Professor Oak's aides. How are you doing? Did you meet the other aide? It's me, one of Professor Oak's aides. He had a package from Professor Oak for you. He said he'd look for you around Route 2. He had a package from you. He said Oh, you're on the Route 2 area. Please look for him. Yeah, I think this guy's telling us to go get Flash from Professor Oak's aide in the... I don't know what you'd call it, like the highway way station? The rest area? That's in between Viridian Forest and Pewter City. But you can only get to it if you use Cut. Fastest way to get back there is to go through Diglett Tunnel. But I'm sure as hell not teaching Flash to any of my Pokemon, so we're just going to ignore that. There's a few big quality of life improvements in Fire Red and Leaf Green that were big improvements over Red and Blue and Green. Most stuff is just like, obviously the game has a lot fewer terrible game-breaking bugs, but also stuff like this. This guy tells you where to go get Flash. And then there was one we saw earlier where I was like, oh, that's nice. It's actually kind of convenient. You just knocking things over, Theo? I think there's the Versus Seeker. That's a new feature. Oh, I forget what the other one was. But there was another thing where like it wasn't really clear what you should do next or where you should go, and they added an NPC who just tells you like, hey, you should go here next. Have you done this yet? And that's what this guy's job is, just to remind you that Flash is a thing. Alright, let's head up north, go through our new Cut zone, and then head into Rock Tunnel. Next time on 4 Fire Reds, 1 Cup. See you then.